Good morning, everyone. This is Unit 1 Strategic Marketing Management, and the topic is Components of Strategic Marketing Management. The first component is consumer behavior. Consumer behavior is the action the consumers perform in the marketplace where the underlying motives for those actions will lead them to purchase any specific products. So, marketers expect that by understanding what causes consumers to buy particular goods and services, they will be able to determine which products are needed in the marketplace and which are outdated, and how best to present those goods to the consumers. In other words, I can say that it is the study of consumers and the processes they use to make the purchasing decisions. So how they are going to have how they are going to interact, what is the interaction level they have with the surrounding environment, how they are behaving in purchasing a specific product, or inherent in or external and inner activeness. So based on those aspects, it attempts to make the decision making, and also the bias motivational processes can be known either individually or in groups. So this individual or group behavior can be studied by making certain demographical based on demographical or some psychological characteristics. The marketers will be able to know the consumer's behavior. So it also helps to find the consumers from groups from the friends or family, reference groups, and society in general. So, in simple words, if I want to say, then it is a study of how individuals make decisions to spend their available resources. So, resources are nothing but here time, money, and effort. So, on what items they are going to consume and how they are going to spend their available resources. This study is nothing but it is consumer behavior. So, in the words of Walter and Paul, it is a process whereby individuals decide what, where, when, how, and from whom to purchase goods and services. So, this is the definition given by Walter and Paul. Next component is market segmentation. Segmentation means it's a consumer oriented marketing strategy. So, segmenting, it's a process of dividing the market. Market is nothing but it consists of buyers. So, dividing the market on the basis of interest, needs, and various motives of the consumers. Or, in other words, it is dividing the market or grouping certain group of consumers, grouping of consumers according to different characteristics, as it may be demographic, psychological, that is income, age, based on their educational qualifications, or geographical locations. So based on this, the segmentation will be the strategy of segmentation will be done. It divides it if you take the this market segmentation, it subdivides, that is the target market into various groups of consumers where the different or similar characteristics with the will be differentiated. Various marketing programs for each subgroup will be done in order to give more satisfaction to consumers as well as profits to the marketers. And new market opportunities can only be known when the marketers understand the economic, psychological, as well as socio-cultural activities or characteristics of the consumers and their attitudes, their personalities and perceptions. These all will help in finding the to develop the market as well as to get more opportunities and have clear or specific market segmentation. So based on the market segmentation, various target markets can be subgrouped, wherein the consumers can be identified, and the consumers with the similar or homogeneous characteristics, so they will be followed or they will be given a conducted a marketing program, differentiated marketing programs, wherein they will get more satisfaction based on those marketing programs conducted. So according to Philip Kotler, market segmentation is the subdividing of a market into homogeneous subsets of consumers where any subsect may conceivably be selected as a market target to be reached with a distinct marketing mix. So this is the definition given by Philip Kotler about the market segmentation. Next one, marketing research. It is a process of gathering information to identify the various marketing opportunities and the whatever information is required that should be collected through various methods of collecting the information, like data collection has to be done properly, analysis, then communicates whatever findings are being done through research. So those should be communicated to the higher authorities, wherein to get or to frame the marketing activities and also monitor the performance of the marketing research done and improve the understanding of the marketing effectiveness. So this marketing research helps in all these activities for having a effective marketing analysis as well as effectiveness in performing various activities. Next component, that is a marketing strategy. So it is the development of a strategic plan to deliver various marketing objectives for the product or for the companies. The main objective of the strategy should always go hand in hand with the company's mission statement. So mission statements are nothing but these are the guidelines wherein the company operates. So the marketing strategies, they have to be designed to achieve the marketing targets as well as the objectives which uh, which will give the some measurable results in the future. So these strategies formed are not a single day plan. The strategy is we know that it is for long term. So these are for prepared for various years. That is for long run. So not it is not a short term, but it is thinking about long term accomplishments. long-term accomplishments for in the current year or current period, I can say. So those accomplishments which the marketers will do for long run or keeping the long term strategies in mind. So various plans have to be developed and they should be very dynamic as well as interactive. So these there are certain factors such as the marketing mix or various strategic budgetary analysis or performance analysis. So internal as well as external factors will affect the while creating the marketing strategies. So coming to the internal factors, they are marketing mix, performance analysis, strategic and budgetary constraints. Coming to the external factors, there are customers and competitors. So those customer and the competitor analysis should be done. Then target market analysis, then evaluation of the technological, political, economic, social, and cultural factors have to be considered. So when once the internal as well as external analysis is done, then a plan can be developed to identify the various business alternatives, how to achieve those goals, how to determine the marketing mix to attain various goals, and how to implement those plans. And then these plans or strategies will they have to monitor the progress continuously. They have to be checking the progress of the plans implemented, and based on that if there are any problems then they have to be solved, and then again the implementation of the plan will be done. Next, coming to the next component, that is marketing mix. It is the means by which a company reaches its target market. So it's made up of four elements, that is product, price, place, and promotion. Here, the right product in the right place at the right time and at the right price. So this is the strategy used in marketing mixes strategy, wherein it determines the optimum marketing budget, and for this the marketing mix will be taken to achieve various strategic goals. So it can also be used to spend or to make a portfolio of brands, that is group of brands, and manage the brands which will give or create more value to the customers. So previously there were only four elements under marketing mix. So additionally three more elements have been added. That is one is people, process, and physical evidence. These three will come under the extended marketing mix, or here it is service oriented, wherein the people or these are essential ingredient in service in giving the service provisions, like recruiting and training the right staff can be taken. This is added under the extended marketing mix, as the people are the one of the few elements of the service that customers can see and they can interact with them. Next, coming to the process. So this element it takes or it is used to deliver the service, like for example banks that will send the credit cards automatically. So when the old ones has been expired. So this is the process wherein the efficient process to identify the expiry dates as well as the renewal of the cards. So this is one of the efficient services that replaces old credit cards, and that will make the customer loyal and confidence about the company and the services also. Next, coming to the physical evidence, it is about where the service is being delivered from. So this element of marketing mix will make the company different from its or identify a unique place from its competitors. That is the actual place or where the service has been given, and this will develop a positive experience for the customers. For example, if you go to any restaurant and if the environment is clean and friendly, then that will be evidence that the service being given is good, and this makes the company to create a good image in the minds of the customers. Next component, that is pricing. Setting the right price for any product is an important part of the effective marketing, and it is the only part of the marketing mix that will generate revenue. So if you see the other elements of marketing mix like product, place and promotion, these are all about the marketing cost. And the only part of the marketing mix that generates the revenue is pricing. So it is one of the important marketing variable that can be changed most quickly in response to the competitors' price changes. The consumers, they will take this as a monetary expression of the value to be enjoyed or the benefits of purchasing a product as compared with other available items. So the concept of value, perceived value, is nothing but it is perceived benefits against the perceived cost. And in general, products perceived value will be increased by increasing the benefits of the product that will deliver more satisfaction, and by reducing the cost. So there are many ways to price a product. So based on the understanding of any one strategy in various situations, there are cost based pricing policies, that is setting price on the basis of the total cost per unit, and target pricing, that is cost plus a predetermined target rate of return, that is cost plus target rate of return, and marginal cost pricing, wherein the fixed as well as variable cost will be considered, and break even pricing. Here the total sales is equals to total cost, that is no profit no loss point. So on the basis of the demand of the product, certain demand based pricing policies are also developed, and value based pricing policies, certain pricing strategies like skimming pricing, that is high prices when the demand is more for getting any premium, and the buyers who are ready to buy those products even at higher price, that is that pricing is called as skimming pricing. And penetration pricing, that is lower than the first, it will be the products will be given low price, then later on they will be the price will be increased. That is penetration pricing, and this is done to gain the market share. And in this way, there are different pricing strategies. Based on the situations, the marketers will be taking the pricing strategies based on those situations as well as the demand for the products, as well as the different categories like cost, competitors, based on the business objectives as well as the customers. So here, strategies for new as well as the established products. One is a new product pricing strategy and one is established product pricing strategy. So new product, here the marketers use the lower pricing to capture the market share quickly. And the established product pricing strategy, they need not, the companies which are well established, they need not adjust their prices in response to any new entrants in the market. And the customers frequently they will be willing to pay more for the products or services of the established company. Next one, product management. So it's one of the marketing activities where it deals with the planning, forecasting, as well as marketing the products at all stages of the product life cycle. So this is the basic element wherein the customer is going to get the satisfaction. So the main focus is on driving the new product development. So new product development and making the product available to the customer with the objective of maximizing the sales revenues and also capturing the market share and getting the profit margins. So these are all will come under the product management. So for all this, the product manager is responsible for analyzing the market conditions and also looking into the features or functions of a product development or for the existing product or developing a new product. Next component, that is promotion. So it is one of the important components of marketing wherein the communication regarding the quality, features or price uses of the product can be known to the customers. So it includes special offers, incentives, advertising, sales promotion and public relations. So it should have a wide range of objectives, like whenever the company is going to launch a new product or to increase the sales or to acquire the market share and also create the brand positioning in the minds of the customers. And through this, the defense can be done by competitor pricing or creation of a corporate image. So three main objectives of promotion are: one is to present information to consumers, that is creating the awareness, and next one is to increase the demand and differentiate the product from other companies. In other words, in marketing, promotion means all those tools used by the marketer to take the product from the factory to the customer, and hence it involves all the marketing mix elements. And one of the important element in the marketing mix which is necessary to take the information to be flowed from the producer to the consumer. So either along with the product or well in advance to the introduction of the product. And this role is played by promotional planning.